What's up guys, Noah from Stage 3 Motorsports, and today we're going to be doing a quick overview and an install on some Go Rhino running boards for our 2019 Ranger. Now this is going to cover just whatever running board style you happen to have, so we're not necessarily going to be super specific. So if you have RB10s or RB20s or whatever it may be, the install is going to be relatively the same. But real quick, let's talk about what we've got on the bench. So what you can see right in front of me is a RB10 board here, which looks pretty similar to the classic Raptor style running boards. And what you'll get with your kit is obviously two running boards, a set of brackets for each side. You should have 3 of each. The brackets that attach the truck brackets to the actual board itself, and then 2 sets of hardware to get everything installed. Now, like I said, both steps are going to be generally the same, and you should have the same brackets and the same hardware there for the install, so that won't vary too much. And overall, it's actually pretty simple. Really, the only tools you're going to have to worry about having are a ratchet with an extension, and then a 17mm socket, as well as a 13mm socket. Now, before we jump into the actual install part of this video, I will say that Go Rhino does a pretty good job with the actual product itself. These boards are built out of 16 gauge steel with this nice corrosion resistant black finish, and you can either option it with just the regular black finish like you see here in front of me, or a slightly heavier gridded textured finish that's a little bit more durable and just offers a bit more traction in sort of wet or slippery conditions, or if you're in the mud or things like that. So overall, they're really good for pretty much any application on the vehicle, but you do have a little bit of variety within it to get something that fits your build. With all the details out of the way though, let's go ahead and hop down next to our Ranger and get these things installed. So you'll have 3 brackets for each side of your truck, and the first one is going to go up by the front tire. It's got kind of a smooth curve to the top of it, whereas the 2 for the back are going to be identical and have almost more of a 90-degree shape. So we're going to go ahead and head under the truck, pop these up with the hardware, get everything set up, and then we can set the boards on top of that. Now to some of you guys it might seem kind of silly, but if you're looking for a mat to lay on when you're working under your vehicle, these bed rug mats are actually super excellent. They're really thick and super durable, so it gets the job done for us. All right, so underneath we're going to take our first bracket, and there is pre-drilled holes in the bottom of the Ranger that are actually threaded for factory steps. So we just remove the plastic caps, line up the bracket, and then we can take our hardware with the washer and the lock washer and then just start threading this in by hand. Now we're going to grab our ratchet with the extension and go ahead and tighten these down. There we go. And you may want to leave those just a little bit loose so you can reposition the bracket or slide it forward if you need to make sure it's in the right location. But with that being done, we can now move on to the other 2 brackets. All right, now that we've got these brackets mounted on the truck, let's go ahead and get our running board and set it on top. There we go, and you just want to make sure you have the board centered up on your bracket so it's going to fit underneath on both ends, and then we'll go back underneath now and attach the inside of the bracket. The brackets we have for inside the step just have 2 simple holes drilled in them, and they're going to go ahead and slide from the inside, and you'll basically sandwich that step and the bracket on the truck with 2 screws to hold it all together, so it's pretty basic. All right, there we go. Now let's repeat that same process for the other 2. All right. So with those brackets tightened down, that's basically going to wrap up this install. You'll do the same thing on the other side. Now I will say once you have those tightened, if the step isn't perfectly positioned the way you want it, you may want to loosen them just a little bit, slide that step back and forth just to get it right in place. But once it's there, you can lock it down and that's going to take care of it. So guys, if you're interested in picking up some Go Rhino running boards for your Ranger, make sure you head down the description below and click those links. It'll shoot you over to our website. And also while you're down there, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any of our other videos. Also, we're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers, so the more people we have with us, the better content we can make in the future, and the end goal is just putting out better videos for you guys. So with that, I'll see you next time.